Hello, people of the YouTube world and of the world, everyone who's watching this. I just want to give you guys a quick video update and tell you a quick story. I'm in my new home. I want to tell you guys about the dream that I had last night. Because I can't quite remember it all, but I can remember some of it and mostly like the gist of it. So, I'm sitting here reading my Bible and it came over my mind, and I was prompted, given the feeling to share. And so, I had a dream last night, and in my dream, I was somewhere getting ready to do something, and there were these guys there too, and I felt kind of like a guest. I felt like I was not really I wasn't where I normally am. Like I was in a new place. I hadn't been there before, and it seemed kind of familiar, but I hadn't been there before. And these guys were there, and they were hanging out, and they were all like getting really excited for what they were about to do, and they were like talking about their plans. They like had plans to do something, and so these guys were like all walking, and one of the most vivid things that stands out to me in this dream was that they were carrying something. They were carrying this thing. It was like a platform almost, and they were like carrying it almost the same way. It's crazy, the same way that like pallbearers carry a casket. They were carrying it, and and it was like this big square box, and they're like carrying it, and they're like yeah, they're like they're like, yeah, you know what, we know what we're doing, and you don't really need to worry about us, but like, you're here too, and so like, whatever you want to do, but we don't have time to explain to you what we're going to do or what we're doing, what we're getting ready to do. And they were kind of like also like too cool for school. Like they didn't really want to explain what they were doing. They were just like, yeah, well, but they weren't really like, they weren't too, I don't want to make them sound too snobby, but or like that, but they were excited, and like from what I could tell, it was like they were excited to be together. They were excited to start what they were doing, and it sounded like they were gonna like play a video game or something. They were getting ready to play a video game, let's say, and they were getting excited. And they're talking about it, like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're just going along. We're getting ready to start, and they're going to where they're gonna go play it, right? And I'm outside, and I'm like, for some reason, I'm like, okay, well, I know I have to do what I'm supposed to do. So I gotta climb this thing. And so I climbed this thing. It was like a pole. It was like this really tall pole. And this is a dream, so dreams are weird sometimes. But so they're all getting ready to go inside and play this game or whatever, do what they're supposed to do. And I climbed this pole, and I'm at the top of this pole, and I'm sitting up here, and I'm at a height that's like, okay, well, you know what? You can see everything pretty much, and if you're not careful, you'll fall. And so you need to keep your balance. And I got all the way to the top, and there was kind of like a hesitation. There was a hesitation among us of like, wow, it's like the feeling was like, are we actually about to do this? Like, are we actually getting ready to do this? Like, everyone seemed like, it seemed like if anyone was actually going to do what they said, if anybody was going to really do what they were supposed to do, it would have been like, oh, shoot, dude, he just did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe it. And so there's that feeling. And so I get all the way to the top of this thing, and the guys, their mom is there. The guy's mom is there. Like one of their moms or some of their moms. Like some of them were her sons. Some of the guys were her sons, from what I could tell. Anyway, she's there. She's like looking after him and stuff. They're getting ready to go in this little house to play this video game, and I'm outside here on this pole, getting ready to do what I'm supposed to do. And for some reason, it's like something is about to happen. There's a thing that's coming. There's a thing that's getting ready to happen, and in other words, it's just like, hey, you know what? We're getting ready to start, so everybody has to do what they're supposed to do when the time starts, because if you don't, then you don't, and you didn't do it, or you didn't do it. You missed your opportunity. So I'm up there at the top of this thing, and I know I'm scared. I know I'm nervous, and I know I'm like kind of skittish, but at the same time, the feeling of like knowing that I have to do it kind of overrides everything. So I know I have to do it, so I just do it. And I lean forward on this thing, this pole. I get in this position, I'm like crunched down, I'm like holding on to it, and it starts to bend forward, and it starts to like, the pole is like wobbly, and I'm up here on the top of it, and I'm holding on to it, and I'm fine, but I'm moving back and forth, and it's bending and stuff, and I'm just like kind of going with the flow, and I'm up there, and I'm just like, I'm taking it all in, and I'm just like wow, this is pretty crazy. But and then all of a sudden, for some reason, something happens, and whatever happened happened, and then all the guys come out, and they're all bummed, and they're all bummed, and they're all like, oh, it didn't work, man. They're like, their plan didn't work out, and so they were all super bummed about it, and they were just like, they were talking amongst themselves. They were all like, these are young guys who are like, they're like, these guys are going to do great things. They're going to accomplish great works and deeds. And they are upset because this plan to play this video game didn't work out. And they're all bummed about it. And they're all talking to themselves. That's the whole thing. They come out of there and they're just like, oh man, blah, 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 blah. And that's like, that was where that's like, that's like what happened. That's like where, I don't know if that's where they stayed, but that's what happened. And so the gist of it was like, I did what I was supposed to do. I was fine, and everybody else went to go do what they were planning to do, and it didn't work out, and they were all bummed. And I didn't really even know what I was doing. I was just like, I know I'm supposed to do it, so let me do it. Let me get up here on this thing. So hopefully you guys get something from this stream. I do, but I want to cut this short because my phone's getting ready to die. So I'll talk to you guys later.